So like I said, we're gonna make this fun peachy keen mocktail. So it's very bright. I feel like it could be good for summer, but it's also just good now. I feel like today was a warm day, but maybe there are some drearier days that don't feel as warm and comforting in the wintertime. And this drink is so fun. So first things first, we're going to put in a little bit of peach juice. So I have this peach nectar that I got from the store. I'm going to give it a good shake just in case there's any sediment in it. I think it would be really fun if you had a juicer to juice some fresh peaches to put in it as well. But you can always get it in this form in the juice in the store. Or I saw at the store, I also saw cranberry peach, pineapple peach, orange peach. Everything wants to have juice with peach. So whatever juice, peach juice variation you want to use, go for it. It's a really flexible recipe. So I'm going to take 4 ounces or half a cup. I'll go ahead and measure that out. And the peach juice is such a fun color too. All right, so I've got my half a cup of peach juice. I'm going to go ahead and put it in. I have here a cocktail shaker. That's what I'm going to use. You could just mix it in a cup. I just like the fun aspect of the shake, so I'm going to do it. I have some ice in here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in that peach juice. All right, so like I said, we're using our lemon. So I'm going to put in 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice. So I have a lemon here. I'm going to slice it. A fun tip, if you ever have a lemon or a lime or another citrus item and it feels kind of tough, feels really firm on the outside, it might be difficult to get the juice out. So try rolling it on the countertop first. That helps kind of loosen some of the juice in it. This was a pretty ripe lemon, so pretty soft already. And I have this fun juicer. This really helps, I've noticed, especially if you have any issues with grip or hand strength or neuropathy. It's really simple to get the juice out instead of having to squeeze. You just put it on the top and you twist. And so as you twist, the juice comes down into the bottom. So I'm going to give it a nice good twist. I try my best not to waste any of it. So I'll spin it for a little while to get the juice out. All right. So I need about 1 ounce. Let's see. Looks like I have just under 1 ounce. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit more out of the second half. I like the lemony flavor, so I don't mind if it's a little bit extra. If you don't want as much like sharp, bright flavor, citrus flavor, you could always use a little bit less, or use something like an orange that has maybe a more innate sweet flavor to it. So I'll go ahead and pour that in. All right, perfect. So after that, I have my 2 fun additions that I prepped and made last night. And these are the things that I feel like make it kind of like fun and fancy. I have this, which just looks like a dark jar, but it is pomegranate molasses. So you can buy this at the store. I thought it would be fun to make it myself. So it is pomegranate juice, and I cooked it down over the stove on low heat. I just kept cooking it and cooking it and cooking it until it started to evaporate a little bit. I mixed it with a little bit of honey and lemon juice, and now it's a thicker consistency than when I had the pomegranate juice. And it has a nice sweet punch, but also that sour pomegranate and lemon flavor. You could also just use plain pomegranate juice if you wanted to, especially if you're like, I want to get this mocktail done. I don't have the time to make the molasses. Go ahead and just mix the juice in. For this molasses, I'm going to use 1.5 tablespoons. So I have my half tablespoon measure. I'll do 1, 2, 3. I have to count out loud or I would definitely lose track of how many spoonfuls I put in. All right, so I'll put that to the side. And then this, what I have is an herb syrup. So I mixed equal parts water and sugar. I mixed it with some fresh mint, some fresh basil, and I actually used the exterior of my lime. I just kind of tore it up into some pieces, popped it in a saucepan, and I cooked it until the sugar was totally dissolved. That's how you can make any type of simple syrup, just equal parts sweetener and water. This has a really nice herbaceous flavor, and I feel like it adds just that different fun level of elevation to the drink. So I'm gonna put in about 2 tablespoons of this. All right, we got 1 and 2. And I'm gonna go ahead and, best part, I'm gonna give it a shake. So I like to just pop the lid on. I like it to be tight because I have definitely before shaken it and it has gone flying all over my kitchen. So I like to make sure it's tight first and then give it a shake. All right, so what we're gonna do is most important part. You have to have a fun glass. So I have this cute fun glass. I actually got it as a gift from Erin, one of the other dietitians. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to strain it. I don't necessarily want the ice in. You don't have to strain it if you do want the ice in, but I'm going to strain it and fill up about half of my cup with this mocktail. So it's a fun, almost like I would say an apple cider color. If you can see it here, it looks almost like the color of apple cider. And just for a little fun piece of garnish, I have my lemon. I'm going to take a peeler. I'm going to peel a nice slice off of it. Just a long slice. It does not have to be perfect by any means. I'm going to take it, twist it, and I'm going to stick it on the rim. And last but not least, I'm on a little fizz and I want to take a little bit of lightness into it. I'm going to top it with just some plain seltzer water. So I'm going to pour that in. If you have flavored seltzer water, you could do that as well. All right, so here, I'm going to top it with one last thing, a little mint leaf, just because I like the little fun garnishes on top. And we have our peachy keen mocktail. So I'll take a sip. I'll let everybody know the verdict. And it is absolutely delicious. So if you're ever looking for a fun mocktail, something that is, you know, a little bit different, you know, it's got a couple different flavors, this peachy keen mocktail, absolutely the way to go.